Hello, hello. I'm so excited. I'm Mary. I'm back for day 9 of our body confidence chit chat. Again, my challenge to myself to share a little bit more about what body confidence means to me and these things that I talk about with my clients, things I've gone through myself, and things I'd like to bring into our group. So if any of this is of interest or you have other ideas, drop them below. If you're watching, hashtag replay, hashtag live, whatever's going on, let me know if anything that I share like resonates or, if you have a different take on it, love to hear it. So today we are going to talk about body confidence and impatience and what the heck these things have to do with each other and why I want to talk about them. All right. Raise your hand, and if you're watching this right now, raise your hand, do a little emoji or something like, are you an impatient person? Just curious. Because I'm impatient. And a lot of my clients are also impatient. They're impatient with themselves, probably, for many reasons, but one of the main reasons is that when they were young, people didn't offer them a lot of patience and a lot of grace. And so they internalize that, and now they're kind of impatient with themselves. And when you're impatient with yourself, dealing with something that is so big, like feeling good in your body, confidence in your body, confidence in who you are more impatient, which means you're going to be more critical, right? You're going to be more critical. And so as I'm impatient, I'm feeling pressure. I'm feeling upset that I can't control the situation. I'm feeling upset that things feel out of my hands. And I'm feeling like I just want to fix it. And usually fixing it means I'm going to try to buy my way out of the problem. Lots of us like to do that. We want to do a quick fix. So if I want to have confidence, ideally, a lot of people will go, if I want to have confidence, I need to lose weight quick. And then they'll do something like a crash diet. They'll do only a juice cleanse. They'll do, they'll take pills of some sort. They'll do too much exercise. They kind of overdo it. So being impatient with the process and the journey is going to keep us stuck. It sucks. But it's true. It's so true. The more that you feel that you have to get something done now, I want to feel better about myself right now. What can I do? Some people have shopping stuff. Some people, alcohol, whatever. There's lots of different reasons. I need to just tune out and not deal with this. But body confidence and your level of impatience with yourself is something that's going to keep you from being able to be and keep you from being able to really enjoy where you are, who you are, be able to honor your body in the moment, be able to say, hey, I might want it to change, but I still accept myself, I still love myself. Hey, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm, feeling like, where did all these wrinkles come from? I don't like it. I need to go get Botox right away. And you get to do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, instead, what if you were able to just be with it? And be like, look you've aged. You've been here. You're still going. You get to live. You've been gifted this precious human life. So I want you to consider how your level of impatience with yourself, maybe even with others, but it all goes together, right? But with yourself impacts your ability to enjoy who you are, to honor who you are, to accept who you are, right? Because if you have levels of impatience, there's also a little perfectionism in there. I like to talk about that. Recovering perfectionist, always working on trying to let that go. And as you allow yourself a little more patience, a little more kindness, a little more grace, you're going to find that it's going to give you the ability to start to embrace your body and honor it instead of jumping to, you need to be whipped into shape, you're falling apart, you're awful, right? Instead, it gives you this wow, look at what you do for me, kind of a thing. I know we've talked about this in some way already, but all these little things end up circulating and pointing back, and I really want to encourage you to find some patience with yourself so that you can be with this discomfort. The discomfort. When you are in a place where you're like, I don't really accept myself, or I don't accept this body, or I don't, you have to be able to be uncomfortable and be like, okay, I don't. Okay, well, let's talk about why that is. Let's be with it. Why is it? Okay, well, because I feel like I'm not lovable. I feel like I'm not deserving of a relationship. Or you got to allow yourself to be with those big things and just be like, and what would be the worst thing about that? And what would be the worst thing about that? But is it true? You know? So we've got to allow ourselves time to deal with this disconnect within ourselves so that you can find freedoms, you can find joy, so you can just be like, holy moly, I am me. You know, a lot of you who've been in this group since the beginning, I was always talking about like, own your magnificence, own your individual magnificence. It doesn't have to be somebody else's idea of beauty. It doesn't have to be somebody else's way of being, just yours. So why don't you allow yourself to really see it, make yourself right, and but you're gonna have to give yourself some time to do that. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? What do you think about body confidence and impatience and anything else that's on your mind in this vein? I'm just sending you guys so much love. All right, bye.